Hi everyone, and welcome to the second installment of IGTV Survival. Adam and I are spending a 48-hour trek out on an island on Lake Onalaska. This time is a different island, a little further paddle away. And the big catch is we're going to be going out there in the dark, or near dark anyway. We're leaving Friday after I get done with work, which is about darkish time. If I can get out a little early, hopefully we'll be out there a little before dark. And then we'll be out there till Sunday afternoon and leaving just before dark then. So I'm going to spend a little time here and go through with you what I'm bringing, what the constraints are for this trip, what the plan is, and what we are doing. This is a much more minimal, much more survival-based trip than the last time. Last one was sort of a trial run. This is the real deal. We are going to be out there in very frigid conditions. The low on Saturday night is, I believe, 5 degrees right now. The high during Saturday during the day, I think, is 18, is the last we heard. So we are talking about very cold conditions and very difficult conditions to survive in. Okay, so for this weekend, we are bringing what we can carry on our backs in addition to what we can fit in this water-resistant pack. So the most basic thing is a baggie with 4 Cliff Bars in it. The baggie will also be used to carry you guys in during the wet portions, the canoeing portions of the trek, so that you will not get wet and we don't lose you because we love you. And for phones, so that should something bad happen, we have more functioning phones to call for help. So that is going in the pack. Other things that are going in the pack and or on my back. First is a safety vest. This is Blaze Orange. If you do not know, which you probably don't because I haven't told you the date, this is opening weekend of hunting season that we will be out there. We don't want to be confused for deer and shot. So we will be wearing Blaze Orange vests, also Blaze Orange hat, in addition to the heavier cap that you saw me wearing in the last survival weekend. Warm socks. It's going to be cold. It's going to be very cold. We don't want to be cold. Warm socks. Warm gloves. Warm gloves and also grippy gloves. That will be a big factor in keeping dry, keeping warm, and still being able to have the dexterity to cut up firewood and to paddle out and things like that. I'm really looking forward to these. And finally, more Blaze Orange. It's a face mask. Your eyes go in a little hole. Kind of hard to do with one hand. And that will be very important in getting out there. We went out and scouted the launch today, and it's snowing outside as I'm recording this, and it was very cold, very heavily northerly wind, and we're very much worried about getting wind burnt on our faces right off the get-go as we paddle out. That's going to be very tough. It's a very open area, it's very windy. The slightest wind can be a major factor out there, and it's supposed to be very cold. So we are making sure to keep our faces and all of that covered, which may look hilarious in some of the later vlogs, but survival first. We've decided to try out a few survival products on this particular 48-hour stint. One of them is something you can find in most stores. It's a survival blanket. We did a little shooting with Adam's camera, with pulling one of these out and showing you it, and we will be using it for our shelter and for other general keeping warm purposes while we're out and about. So we'll be letting you know how this works for us. The second is freeze-dried food. This is beef stew, so we'll see how it goes. It's got a lot of protein in it, which will be important for keeping high energy and keeping warm. So we'll make those and let you know if we think those are worth your money and your time. And finally, I have in its pouch Gerber. It's a Gerber hacksaw. This is something after last time we realized was a very vital part of survival, having something that you can use as a saw, because chopping wood with a knife, using batoning, or using even a hatchet or an axe can get very tiring very quick and very hard on your joints and your hands. Having a saw, something that's a little more of a fluid cutting motion, will be very useful. I'm going to leave this in the case for now because it's late and I'm packing, but you will definitely see this out in full form and working away in the actual survival video, which we will have a link to down in the description. And we also attached to me, I will have the machete, which you saw last time, and I will be carrying probably sticking out of, probably in some way secured to my bag, I will be carrying the small fishing pole. And here we are. That is a fully packed bag and the stack of things that I will be bringing with me, that I will be wearing attached to me, minus the machete and the fishing pole, when we leave on our journey tomorrow. That's it. That, a canoe and a few paddles, and that's all that's coming with us for 48 hours. We're really excited about this one. This is going to be some real survival. We're really happy we were able to get this in before winter struck. So Adam and I, we told ourselves we weren't going to drink at all, anything tonight, because we didn't want to dehydrate ourselves before tomorrow. But I've got a full gallon of water over there, and you got to cheers to the start of something this big. So, a little shot of Jägermeister. Don't tell Adam. To a successful journey? I think so.